Good afternoon. This is the news update on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I am Anoluakpo Ido. The federal government's domestic borrowing surged in 2025 despite higher interest rates, widening the credit gap between the public and private sectors. Data from Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) showed that the government borrowing exceeded private sector credit by 9.1 trillion naira, a 700% swing, reflecting mounting fiscal pressure and increased reliance on local funding. In contrast, credit to the private sector fell by 1.5 trillion naira in 2025 as businesses struggled with tight monetary conditions and elevated borrowing costs. Analysts say the trend highlights a growing crowding effect, with government borrowing absorbing much of the available liquidity and limiting banks' ability to lend to the productive sector. And moving on, the Federal High Court in Ibadan has nullified the People's Democratic Party's National Convention held in Ibadan on November 15, 2025. The court barred members of the Tanimu Turaki-led National Working Committee from presenting themselves as PDP national officers. It recognized the caretaker committee led by Mohammed Abdurrahman and Senator Samuel Anyawu as the party's only legitimate NWC, pending a valid national convention. The ruling is the latest development in the ongoing crisis within the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has resumed enforcement of the ban on the production and sale of alcoholic drinks packaged in sachets and small bottles below 200 milliliters. The agency clarified that no alcohol producing company has been shut down, stressing that only the sale of alcohol in sachets and small containers is prohibited on public health grounds. In a statement, NAFDAC Director General Professor Mojisola Adeyeye said the action is aimed at protecting children, adolescents and young adults from alcohol abuse. NAFDAC added that the easy availability of high alcohol content drinks in small, concealable packages has fueled underage drinking, addiction, domestic violence, road accidents, school dropouts, and other social vices. Meanwhile, the General Manager of the Oyo State Road Traffic Management Authority, Commander Adeoye Ayoade, has said that frequent traffic jams in Akpete, Ibadan reflect the area's growth into an industrial hub. Speaking to Dominion News, Ayoade explained that congestion peaks during morning and evening hours when residents and workers commute, contributing to slow-moving traffic.
As you get the matter relating to Akpete area, our officers are doing a lot to ensure that the traffic management is on not touch that place. But notwithstanding, we still have issues like this go-slow. We do complain about go-slow. And I do tell them that go-slow is an indices for development in any society. In Oyo State, and particularly at that Akpete side. Akpete is becoming industrial site, although it has a kind of residential end as well. People do move, especially during the peak periods between 6:37 and 9 in the morning and 6 to 8, 9 in the evening. That's two peak periods. At those two periods, that's where people move either out or in. And at that time, people need to exercise cautions and be patient on the road. Also, to be disciplined with the rules and regulations on the road. All these things are also important, especially for anyone that's behind steering.
He urged motorists and motorcycle riders to be patient, follow traffic rules, and show consideration for other road users to ensure smoother traffic flow. Away from Oyo State, Edo State Governor Monday Okwebolo has approved a minor reshuffle of the State Executive Council. The decision was announced in a statement dated January 29th and signed by the Secretary to the government, Umar Ikilo. According to the statement, the reshuffle is part of efforts to strengthen governance, improve service delivery, and enhance administrative efficiency. And out of the foreign scene, authorities in northern Morocco have raised the flood alert to its highest level in Sar El Kabir after heavy rains caused the Lukos River to swell, threatening several neighborhoods. Days of intense rainfall have flooded streets and low-lying homes in large province, triggering a full mobilization of local authorities, emergency services, and utilities. Sand barriers have been placed along riverfront homes as the provincial governor inspects vulnerable areas and oversees emergency measures. Officials have said that more than 600 milliliters of rain has fallen since September, filling the Oud El Makazin Dam. Controlled water releases are on the way to reduce pressure and limit downstream flooding. United States President Donald Trump has said that the man shot dead by federal agents in Minneapolis last week was an agitator and perhaps an insurrectionists, referring to video footage of the encounter. Trump was commenting about a video showing 37-year-old Alex Pretty, an intensive care nurse, in a confrontation with federal agents days before his death during the federal immigration enforcement operation. Pretty was shot and killed in Minneapolis on January 24th amid heightened federal operations in the city. Local officials and rights groups have raised concerns after footage showed him holding a phone and being subdued before he was fatally shot, a development that has sparked protest and calls for accountability. The Justice Department and federal agencies are investigating the incident as a national debate that continues over the use of force by immigration enforcement officers. Still on the foreign scene, South Korea and Japan have agreed to upgrade defense cooperation, including plans to work together on artificial intelligence and unmanned weapon systems. The agreement was reached during talks on Friday between South Korean Defense Minister Ang Yu-beok and Japanese Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi in Yokosuka, Japan. The two sides have also agreed to hold joint naval search and rescue drills and reaffirmed cooperation with the United States to maintain regional peace and stability. Ties between Seoul and Tokyo have improved in recent months under new leadership, following years of strained relations linked to Japan's colonial rule of the Korean Peninsula. And now talking sport, Portugal is set to face Nigeria's Super Eagles in an international friendly ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The match is scheduled for June 6, with Lisbon expected to host the encounter. Both the Nigeria Football Federation and the Portuguese FA are finalizing arrangement. The Super Eagles come into the game on the back of impressive performances at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Portugal won the last meeting between both sides, a friendly in November 2022, by 4-0, with Bruno Fernandes, Gonçalo Ramos and João Mario on the score sheet. You can visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng to watch us live and interact with us. You can also follow us across our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast, and next at Dominion Cast. And that ends the news update on Dominion Television. I am Anu Oluwakbo Ido. Thank you for watching.